Hey guys, Andrew Davidson here with another As Per My Ability video. Thanks for checking us out. Hey, if you like our videos, if you like our content, if you like board games in general, please comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notifications when we post videos in the future. We really appreciate some of the love that you guys give us, and we give some love back by giving out games every month and doing special things like that. So, having said that, this video is going to be about the Dice Tower award winner for Most Innovative Game of 2019. Now, to give you a little bit of behind the scenes, I've done many takes at this point of this video. I do have the game box here. The box is huge and I've been really struggling to get it and myself in the frame. So instead I've just opted out to put the box up here, and it's called Detective City of Angels. Now, Detective City of Angels takes place in 1940s Los Angeles. Players are playing detectives, kind of hard-boiled. It's got that film noir feel to it, kind of hard-boiled detectives. There's a lot of narrative that you read in the game where it uses words like dame and toots and broad and like take this mug for a ride and things like that. It's kind of cool. Now, my gaming group is on case number 4, so I've not completely played through this entire game, although I feel like I have enough to really talk about it, hence me making this video right now. So, I'm not going to talk about the gameplay, but I'll just talk about the game in general. Now, the game comes with 9 cases, one of them being a tutorial, so I essentially will say you get 8 full cases that, you know, that's not tutorial or whatever, without the tutorial. We are on case number 4, and there are multiple ways for you to play the game. So hopefully I can kind of delineate to you all the different ways. So, you can play Detective City of Angels fully cooperative. You could also play it solo too, in which everyone is working together and there is no cheezel. Now, what is a cheezel, you might say? A cheezel is a player, meaning like someone like me, who is the game master. They run the game. They keep the game going. They have all the little information behind their little shield, their screen. When the player goes to question someone about something, they're talking to me. I'm playing the cheezel, by the way. And I give answers however I see fit. So they could say, I want to go here and talk to this person and ask them about this murder weapon. Well, I have a grid in which I can have different responses for that person. One of them is a very useful response. Some of them are complete not useful responses, and some of them are red herrings, meaning they look like a really useful response, but they really are just getting the detective to look in other ways, or other parts or whatever, things like that. So you can play without the cheezel. You can play just completely fully cooperative. It gives you a sleuth book, which acts as the cheezel. You can play semi-cooperatively, which means it's everyone against the cheezel, and everyone's working together. Or you can play in the classic mode, which is basically fully competitive. The cheezel is trying to win the game on their own, and every single detective in the game is trying to win their game on their own. It's 100% competitive. As I've already said, my gaming group has played 4 cases. We have played in the classic mode, which means we're playing 100% competitive. And I am playing the cheezel, which is like the DM or GM or whatever. So I'm not playing an actual detective. So I want to talk about what I thought about the most innovative game of 2019. Really? Most innovative? When I first bought the game, I thought, oh, it's probably got the innovative award because there's this cheezel idea of this character. Okay, so you essentially put like a DM into a board game. Was that innovative? Not really. And you know what? I wasn't on board, Dice Tower. I was not on board. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And when we played the first case, didn't think it was a big deal. So when we played the second case, I still didn't think it was that big of a deal. But as we moved on, I realized that the innovation is not really coming from having a cheezel character, basically putting a DM in your board game. It's coming from the way that the narrative goes and the way that the game plays. So, having said that, for example, in order to win the game, you have to find, or detectives have to find, the murderer, the weapon, and the motive, kind of like a clue, sort of structure. But yes, there are games like that, but there are games that are not like that as well. Some of the games are like you have to find a kidnapped woman or a girl, and so you're doing a lot of exploring on the board and moving and searching and trying to find clues of like where this girl is. Or someone's buried some money somewhere that they stole, and it's like, detectives, it's your job to question these people and to find where that money's been buried. So again, it's more about exploring the board and searching and what do I find here? Go to the old abandoned cathedral, what do I find there? And so the gameplay kind of, they switch it up as you play. It's not just, okay, rinse and repeat. Okay, murder, weapon, motive, and who's the killer? Okay, you win, or nope, sorry, you didn't get it right. Every game feels different. It's not just like, okay, what's the Sherlock Holmes kind of murder of the week this week? Sometimes it's a bank robbery, like I said. Find where the money is. Sometimes it's a kidnapping. Sometimes it's a drug overdose, and you're like, but there's homicide. You know, the narrative is really cool. It uses a lot of 1940s sort of film noir, old-timey, like Toots and Sweetheart and Sweet Cheeks and a lot of things like that. It might be perceived as like misogynist now, but you know, that's just kind of the feel that the game gives you. So, the theme is great, the writing of it is great, the cases are all unique enough to keep you interested. It's not just the same, like when you play Clue, it's the same just iteration over and over, like find this and this and this and this. But granted, like I said, I've only played 4 games, but I really do feel like I have a good enough kind of sense of what they're doing with the game, and I'm really looking forward to playing the Cheezel in the future games and seeing how they mess with kind of the structure of how you win the game and how the game progresses, because it is a bit of a story-driven game. Some of the cases do carry over, and you're playing within a world in this Los Angeles 1940s. And so you'll see characters that will show up. You know, for example, there is a particular character that shows up that's this big kind of head honcho, that he's a big guy. He's a big part of your game. And then in the next game, he's dead. Someone's killed him. And so there is a little bit of crossover. You're kind of playing in a world. There's another guy that he kind of shows up in games, and I know he's going to show up in some of our future games. And so while I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a legacy game or a campaign game, each case does kind of have a little bit of kind of trickle down from some things that have happened in previous cases, because you're really supposed to kind of play them in numerical order. I think that's great. Obviously, this whole channel really likes to talk about narrative and like narrative things. So, having said that, it's not a legacy game, it's not really a campaign game, but it is quite innovative. It's not because of the Cheezel, it's because the games always feel fresh. And I, as the Cheezel, am looking forward to going through the rest of what this box has to offer me, what the rest of the cases are. You can look through the book and kind of see what the names of each case, and you go, oh wow, even just the name, like The Last Embrace is one of them, like, uh-oh, someone's dead, some lover's quarrel, sounds interesting. So, I'm giving this game a real big recommendation, which is why I'm talking about it, even though I haven't played the whole game. Like I said, I really have a good, strong feeling of what they're doing with this game, and I'm really looking forward to what they do in the future. If they do something really great, maybe I'll come back with another video when we've finished everything and kind of give my overall kind of final thoughts. But as of right now, 4 cases out of 8. Man, I'm really enjoying this game. I think it is a very innovative game, not for the Cheezel, but because of the gameplay and the way that the cases are structured. So, that's everything that I have to say. Hopefully you will check out Detective City of Angels. They have 2 expansions. I have 1 expansion for it. If you like the game, pick up the expansions as well. They are super fun. They add more cases, they add more people within the world, and they add more variety to the cases in regards to what you have to do and how you solve them. So that's going to be everything for me. Keep this video short. I'm giving this a recommendation so you guys kind of know what's out there. Dice Tower Award for Most Innovative Game of 2019, Detective City of Angels. Hopefully you guys check it out. That's it from me. Thank you for watching. My name's Andrew Davidson, and I will see you at the next video.